Hello, welcome to Quiz Time. I'm Jess and today we have an interesting quiz on the meaning of words. So, are you ready for this one? Let's go. Which of the words below means to renounce upon oath? Adhere, abjure or abide? Abjure. What is the definition of a neophyte? A person who is new, a person who is familiar, or a person who is useless? A person who is new. Which is another word for appeal? Abrogate, introduce, or ratify? It's abrogate. True or false? Nascent means coming into existence, belonging to develop, beginning to develop. True or false? It's true. What word describes making false and defamatory statements about someone? Flattery, exhalation, or calumny? Calumny. What is the descriptive word of persisting tirelessly? Enthusiastic, indefatigable, or unwearied? Indefatigable. True or false? Arraign is to praise highly. It's false. Extol is to praise highly. Which is a synonym for promiscuous? Virtuous, licentious, or selective? Licentious. Which is an antonym for the word gregarious? Reserved, sociable, or congenial? Reserved. What word has the meaning of expressing contempt for or to ridicule? Deride. What is the meaning of expunge? To obliterate. What word describes the ability to make good judgments? Acumen, sharpness, or witless? Acumen. Do you have good acumen? Which word refers to being abrupt or offhand in speech or manner? Pugnacious, verbose, or brusque? Brusque. Which word means a tendency to be too ready to believe that something is true? Credulity, worldly, or ghouliness? Credulity. The word flirtatious has which below meaning? Silly and pointless, meaningless and rude, or sensible and intelligent? silliness and pointless. What word clearly describes having been overused? Platitudinous, hackneyed, or original? Hackneyed. What word describes feeling great, happiness and triumphs? Fanatical, downcast, or jubilant? Jubilant. You jubilant about your score so far? Magnanimous refers to being what? Forgiving, benevolent, or open-handed? Forgiving. What is the lowest or most unsuccessful point in a situation called? Nadir. Which of the below terms means to foreshadow vaguely? Illuminate, adumbrate, or obfuscate? Adumbrate. Which is a synonym for nefarious, admirable, wicked, or disadvantage? Nefarious or wicked. What does a myriad refer to? A countless or extremely great number of people. Which of the below is the synonym of expressionless? Emotional, expressive, or impassive? Impassive. Which word's definition is not showing proper respect or rude? Polite, relevant, or impertinent? Impertinent. Is the usage of the word evidence correct in the following? They have never evinced any readiness to negotiate. Yes. True or false? Laconic refers to long-winded. It's false. Which refers to a small portion, affluence, modicum, or profusion? Modicum. What term refers to a cheerful readiness or promptness in response? Passivity, alacrity, or apathy? Alacrity. Which word describes becoming accustomed to something undesirable? Inert, sensitized, or unperceptive? Inert. Identify the adjective that means subject to sudden or unpredictable changes of mood or mind. Mercurial. What adjective describes someone acting quickly and without thought or care? Cautious, impetuous, or prudent? Impetuous. Which verb means to deliberately avoid or abstain from? Indulge, forego, or eschew? Eschew. What verb means to publicly denounce or condemn, pillory, decry, or overrate? Decry. Identify the noun that refers to a timely and beneficial gift or advantage, windfall, boon, or curse. Boon. Which adjective describes something wild, untamed, or savage? Feral, fierce, or tigerish? Feral. What adjective describes something that is just beginning and not fully developed? Cogent, transpicious, or inchoate? Inchoate. Which noun refers to a curse or a spoken expression of hatred or ill will? Malison, malediction, or refuge? Malediction. What adjective describes something harmful or damaging? Unkind, pernicious, or inimical? Inimical. Which verb means to polish or shine something by rubbing? Dull, furbish, or burnish? Burnish. What adjective describes someone who practices severe self-discipline? Ascetic, symbaritic, or libertine? Ascetic. Identify the noun that denotes insolent or disrespectful behaviour. Effrontery. What adjective describes something existing but not yet developed? Evince, manifest, or latent? Latent. Which adjective describes something slow and relaxed, often in movement? Leisurely. What noun refers to the generous giving of gifts or money? Miserliness, largesse, or avarice? Largesse. Identify the verb that means to lecture someone at length in an aggressive and critical manner. Harangue. Which adjective describes someone excessively talkative about trivial matters? Loriquous, garrulous or reticent. Garrulous. What adjective describes something that is currently existing or still in existence? Extant, enduring, or dead? Extant. Which adjective describes something done hastily with little attention to detail? Desultory, perfunctory, or cursory? Cursory. Identify the verb that means to persuade someone to do something through flattery or coaxing. Cajole. What noun refers to a strong feeling of dislike or aversion? Antagonism, antipathy, or rapport? Antipathy. Which adjective describes an argument or case that is clear, logical, and convincing? Effacious, cogent, or muddled? Cogent. What adjective describes something excessively decorated or elaborate in style? Florid, roseate, or ornate? Florid. Identify the adjective that means digressing from subject to subject in speech or writing. Discursive. What adjective describes something having an unpleasant or offensive smell? Fragrant, malodorous, or fetid? Fetid. Which noun refers to dominance by one state or social group over others? Sovereignty, authority, or hegemony? Hegemony. What adjective describes a habit that is long established and unlikely to change? Entrenched, invertebrate, or pliant? Invertebrate. Identify the adjective that means lying or dishonest. Perfidious, mendacious, or duplicitous? Mendacious. Which adjective describes something excessively sentimental, often in a feeble or sickly way? Maudlin. What noun refers to greed for money or possessions? Cupidity, avarice, or rapacity? Cupidity. Identify the adjective that means based on a mistaken belief. Erroneous, fallacious, or unerring? Fallacious. What noun refers to abusive language used to express blame or censure? Vituperation, invective, or praise? invective. Which adjective describes something having many different parts or forms? Manifold, legion, or repel? Manifold. Identify the verb that means to express disapproval of. Deprecate. What noun refers to a formal curse or condemnation? Permissible, abhorrent, or anathema? Anathema. Which verb means to take or claim something without justification? Arrogate, expurgate, or renounce? Arrogate. What noun refers to lenience shown towards offenders by an authority? Pity, clemency, or forbearance? Clemency. Identify the verb that means to weaken or deprive of strength or vitality. Innovate. What verb means to have an effect, typically a negative one? Impinge, influence, or encroach? Impinge. Which adjective describes something transparent in content of liquid? Crystalline, glassy, or limpid? Limpid. Identify the adjective that means overly sentimental in a way that is insincere or exaggerated. Mawkish. What adjective describes something too great to be expressed in words? Ineffable, inexpressible, or definable? Ineffable. Which adjective describes someone cheerful and full of energy? Pessimistic, ebullient, or buoyant? Ebullient. Identify the noun that refers to a structure built to support or reinforce a wall. Buttress. What noun refers to approval or praise? Dissent, assent, or approbation? Approbation. Which adjective describes something unpredictable or subject to whim? Fickle, capricious, or arbitrary? Capricious. Identify the adjective that means assuming authority without justification, arrogant, and domineering. Imperious. What noun refers to the placement of two things together for contrasting effect, juxtaposition, colligation, or detachment. Juxtaposition. What adjective describes someone excessively concerned with cleanliness? Assiduous, fastidious, or sedulous? Fastidious. Which adjective describes something harmful or damaging? Inauspicious, deleterious, or adverse? Deleterious. Identify the adjective that means slow and relaxed, often to the point of laziness. Languid. What noun refers to a powerful whirlpool or a situation of confused activity? Order, vortex, or maelstrom? Maelstrom. Which adjective describes someone or something that cannot be appeased? Implacable, inexorable, or lenient? Implacable. Apologies, couldn't get my tongue in then. What adjective describes something like something deserving intense dislike? Lamentable, execrable, or odious? Execrable. Identify the adjective that means naturally accompanying or associated with something. Concomitant. Which adjective describes someone modest, reserved, or shy? Decorous, diffident, or demure? Demure. True or false? A conundrum refers to a puzzling problem or a difficult question. It's true. Has this quiz been a conundrum for you? Identify the adjective that means showing great care, attention, and effort. Assiduous. What adjective describes the act of making something impure or dirty, taint, defile, or befoul? Defile. Which adjective describes something having many different aspects or forms? Unversatile, multifarious, or multitudinous? Multifarious. Identify the adjective that means having or showing a wish to do evil to others. Malevolent, benevolent, or benign? Malevolent. What adjective describes proceeding in a gradual way but with harmful effects? Guileful, Machiavellian, or insidious? Insidious. Which noun refers to skillful use of one's hands, especially when performing tricks? Thaumaturgy, legerdemain, or prestigation. Apologies, it is the second one. I'm not going to try and pronounce it again. Identify the noun that refers to immoral or grossly unfair behaviour. I do my best. I hope you enjoy the quizzes. Iniquity. What adjective describes someone innocent and unsuspecting, ingenious, unskeptical, or unwary? Ingenious. Which adjective describes someone unfortunate and deserving of pity, jinxed, hapless, or forlorn? Hapless. Identify the adjective that means lasting for only a short period of time, evanescent, ephemeral, or transitory. Ephemeral. What verb means to conceal one's true motives, feelings, or beliefs? Shroud, dissimulate, or dissemble? It's dissemble. And your last one, what term refers to an extensive fire which destroys a great deal of land or property? Conflagration. So, how did you do on our words quiz? Drop your score in the comments below and please like and subscribe so you get notified every time we post a new quiz. And please join us next time on Quiz Time.